Okay, this is video number 2 of my mapping tutorials. So, what we're going to do is we're going to open up our original map. So load the RMF that I showed you earlier. So we'll go to File, Open, choose our map, hit Open, max it again, set up the 3D texture, find our map. Alright, we are ready. First thing I'm going to show you is the texture application tool, which is this one here. So click this icon. I decided I really don't like the scheme for the walls and the floor. I like the theme, but I don't like how I applied them. So what I'm going to do is go, after this is popped up from clicking the texture application tool, hit browse, type in our filter, and let's swap them. I decided I think the walls should actually be the gold color. So just right click, simple, done. Look at that. Do it one more time. And you can do this with any texture, but let's say you don't want an excess amount of textures that you might not even be using. What you want to do is use this tool, apply current texture. So what you do is you select an object. I usually use the 3D view, and just hit this. 1, 2, 3, 4. But now map looks kinda bland. It's all one color. So what we'll do, we'll go back in and do the same thing. What kind of ceiling texture do I want? I think we'll use the same kind of one. Just gray. Same with the floor. We'll use this one. Gray. There. I think it looks a little better. Pretty simple. You can see it also changed the ones on the outside, so I ain't using like extra textures that aren't going to be used or even seen within the game, the mod, whatever you're trying to make. Next, I think I will show you the clipping tool to make, let's make a doorway, a hallway actually. Select a wall, and then click this tool, the clipping tool. Zoom in. I'm going to make my grid smaller once again by using the brackets above the enter key and to the left. And I want it to be around the size of the player. But wait, don't click anything yet. You see I've made this line, and on the left side of the line it shows a dashed red box, I guess you would say, from your original brush. What this means is this section right here, all this red, is going to be deleted, but we don't want that. So what you do is you go back to the clipping tool icon, hit it again, it changes to the other side, hit it one more time, then all it does is split your object in half or wherever you drew your line. Then once you're ready, hit enter, do it again, hit enter, do it one more time. Wait, I don't like doing that. You noticed when I drew my line, it's still cutting the other shapes. This creates a bunch of extra brushes, I think, like Viz Leaves and some other stuff. I'm not very technical. I just know do this and it'll work better. So select the main object that you're trying to cut, then do it. Select the object again, hit delete. Look, first doorway. Pretty simple. make it easy. Just grab your floor, pull this out, grab all these. Oh, something I just messed up and I should show you is when you have the select tool, the pointer, you just click it, click it, click it. You notice these are changing. These are your scale options, which I showed you last time, right? Which is what I'm going to show you how to make a quick, easy hallway. But we don't want to do that right yet because I'm going to show you one more thing. If you click it again, it turns to rotate. You can rotate your objects. Pretty simple. It's just sometimes it's hard to line back up, as you can see. So I'm just going to hit undo, undo, and leave it where it is. So to make our hallway even longer, like I was showing you before, just select it and drag that wall out. And do the same with the floor. There is a nice hallway. Hooray. Okay. We have our hallway. As you can see, WorldCraft is actually very simple. It might be a little confusing at first since you don't know what you're doing, but once you play with it for a while, you really start to just get the tools. It's real basic because there's all the tools. I mean, there's some I've never even used, like this. What is this? This is the path tool. I'm guessing it's to place waypoints, which you can probably use for like guiding NPCs, monsters, bots, whatever. I've never used it, so that'll probably be something later on in the future I might have to figure out. This is the decal tool, which I don't think Quake supports. Originally this is for Half-Life, I'm guessing. From what I remember, it's for Half-Life. The camera tool, I never used this. I don't know what it's for. Oh, it's an easier way to look around your map. Sweet, we just figured that out together. Magnification tool. It's for zooming in, which you can just do with, the scroll on your mouse. But I guess it's good to have if you don't have a scroll wheel on your mouse. Mainly I use the selection tool, the pointer, the entity tool, which places entities, the block tool, which creates shapes, texture application tool for doing detail work with the textures. Same thing, just mass applies the apply current texture tool, which just like I showed you earlier, it like massively applies the texture you have selected to any object you have set. The clip tool and the vertex tool, but I'll show you the vertex tool a little later. Next, we're gonna mess with the texture tool again. We're gonna give our map a little more detail just by simply using textures. So we're gonna click our texture application tool, find a new texture. Since I'm gonna mess with the walls, I will find some kind of neat looking wall tool. How about that one? There we go. Excuse me. So once again, you have it selected, you just right click again, and shows up pretty nice if you ask me. I mean, you just mess with the, generally when you're applying textures, you don't want to get all crazy. You want to, it's more to think about the colors you're using, whether the textures smoothly change from one to another. You don't want to have like something that doesn't even match mixed in. It's just, it looks out of place and it's unnatural, so your map ends up being crappy. You could have great looking brushes, but in the end your map looks like crap because you got textures that don't even fit. Next, I'll show you a ceiling. Let's see what kind of ceiling texture. I'm gonna use this one. Oh look, but it doesn't line up good. I mean, I guess you could use it like that, but I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna use this to show you the other tools within the texture application tool. We need this to go left to right, so we're gonna go to Shift right here where it says shift, and then you just dial up or down, doesn't matter, whichever way feels more comfortable for you. And as you can see up here, it rotates your texture, and I went a little bit too far. We want that to line up. Hit one more time. There we go. That looks good. Just close it. And now look, lines up really nice. You know what? I'm being nice. I'll show you how to add once again a little more detail into your map. What we're gonna do is cut our walls for the hallway. You notice I kept changing my line for the clipping tool till it lined up with the crease in this brick, I guess you would call it, where the brick becomes a new brick in the texture. I'm gonna clip it there. Same on the other side. Select that one, do the same. It's right about there. And now I'll show you the vertex manipulation tool. What you want to do is select both of these. Go to your vertex manipulation tool. Scroll in. Select the vertex on that line you just created and just pull it over. But that kind of looks like crap. So once again, you just select the top one, cut it, vertex manipulation tool, and pull that vertex back. There you go. Now we have a little more detail in our hallway. It gives it a little, I don't know, makes the map more interesting. A lot of people just left that square, and I probably would have too, because I think it looks a little better, but you can always mess around and see what you can come up with. It's, I don't know, pretty neat. You can do some cool stuff. You just, when you're messing with the vertex manipulation tool and the clipping tools, you have to be pretty careful, because you can mess your map up and it won't compile because it'll give you an error. And the reason it does this is sometimes you can make some weird shapes, I guess, that aren't defined by the engine or the map compiler or something, that it's not an actual shape. Like it's not real, I guess, and it can't compile it, so it gives an error and you're unable to compile your map as it is. So what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna make this look a little neater, right, like that. Just showing you basically how you can do some different things just to give your map a nicer look to it. Mess with the texture application tool again. And I think it's good for you guys to see this, because I didn't have anyone to show me. I had to figure out all this stuff on my own, and with me doing a little extra work while making this tutorial, you can see the process in which it takes to actually create something, give you some ideas to play around with on your own. We've used this one, and I think we will use this one right here. Looks nice, I like it. You could leave that like that, which I actually kind of like it like that. It looks nice, but I'm going to show you the rotation tool. We're going to rotate it at 90 degrees so it turns it on its side. Oh, not 900, 900's bad. And just hit apply. And apparently that didn't work. I'm wondering why. Should have been 90 degrees. Oh yeah, it was 0.90 degrees. We want actual 90 degrees. Apply. Look at that. There we go. It still looks pretty nice. But I'm going to show you a shortcut. Let's say you don't want to go through and have to completely do that to each and every texture, but you have some faces like this one that are facing the same direction as this one. What you do is you go into your texture application tool, click that face that texture's on, hold Alt, and right click the other one. As you saw, it automatically lined it up for me. I didn't have to change anything or take the time to sit there and rotate the thing and find, because sometimes you won't know exactly what number to add into your rotation or your shift or whatever. It's something you gotta play with. But once you get one down, if there's other faces pointing the same direction, you can just click it. And I'm gonna change the floor to something nice looking. I don't know. We're using gray on the floor, right? Yeah. Why not? Why not this right here? This looks kind of nice. Let's see how it turns out. Rotate. 0, 0. Apply. Shift 0. Well, we've come into a problem here. Our texture that I wanted to use for the floor doesn't line up. I'm actually going to use this one, I think. I think it'll look better. Yeah. It doesn't line up, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit fit. And it's not. Oh, yeah, that's why. Once again, I come into a problem. The problem is this floor actually stretches all the way across. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down. Remember, just click, click. Same on the other side. Click, click. There we go. Go to this. Hit fit. It's kind of stretched. We don't want the Y stretch to be like that at all, actually. We're going to change that back to 0. Hit apply. And you notice it automatically set the width for me. I do things like that because, I don't know, I think things turn out better. I don't like having unnecessary changes in here when it's not needed. As you can see, the more you work on something, look at our hallway compared to our main room, the room we started with. It really adds a lot more life just walking through this hallway than standing in this room. I don't know, it helps a lot when you actually take the time to think up cool designs and play with the textures and whatnot. And finally, next I'm going to show you how to something really simple. Just copy one room, copy it. Since I don't feel like making another room, paste it, rotate it, try and get these to line up, move it, make sure it lines up all the way. There you go. And then, now that I have it set up, I'm going to save it, compile it, and then show you guys the end result. Minimize. Once again, go to my computer, local to C, go into, where did I put it? Quake. Oh, yeah, we'll do that. Why not? That way I don't have to search a third time or something. Maps, start. You can set your compiler up to automatically put all your BSPs and whatnot in here, but I like leaving them in the WorldCraft folder. I always put them there because what happens if I'm not making something for Quake or the mod I'm working on? All my maps will be here, and I just have to transfer them into that map folder. I think it's a little bit more organized. That way you don't have maps being put into your mods folder that you're not even using. You know what I mean? It's not for that mod. You got it in there, but it was put in there. So, like I said in my last video, I'm very manual about most things I do. So bring up the console, type in map, and then your map name. I think it was a tutorial downspace map. Here we go. Turn this fog off. What? Options. Off. There we go. This is our map. And yes, I used GLQuake this time because Dark Places was messing up things. Like, it didn't look full bright. This is a map with no lights in it. Everything looks lit up, which I think the larger the map goes, it'll mess with your performance. But I don't know. For now, till I show you that this is how you're gonna work. This is my workflow anyways. I like getting all the brushes done. And as you can see, our hallways, I believe, look pretty nice, even without lighting and effects and whatnot. Next tutorial, I will show you a little bit of entity work. So, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something. Hopefully, I'm hoping you're looking forward to the next tutorials. Thanks. Bye.